Thank you for joining me. This is the Gnome tutorial. You are in my business page. Let me just go over here so I can get to comments so I can see who's popping on. When you do pop on, say hi, let me know where you're from, and I'm just going to give it a few minutes so people can pop on. I know the indication that I am live just went out, so we'll see. People should be popping on shortly. Hey, Jill. When you get on, say hi, guys, and also go ahead and sprinkle the love and share. We are going to do a giveaway at the end. Well, we're going to do a drawing for everybody that shares it during the live. I will be doing a live drawing later on in the day for a giveaway. Hey, Danielle. Hi, Brianne. All right, guys, so I just want to give it a couple minutes so people can get on, but this is going to be really fun. These gnomes are so much fun, and they're pretty simple. I have a... Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jill. I have a feeling that once you get through this tutorial, get the hang of it, you will be going gnome crazy, gnome obsessed like I am. Hey, Peggy. All right, I guess we can get started. So once again, I am going to do a giveaway later today and include everybody that shared. So if you share this, tag friends, share the video, and I will come back to this post or just write in the post that you shared it. And what it'll do is give you an entry into a drawing. And I will do the live drawing this evening at some point, maybe earlier in the day, I'm not sure. But I'm going to take everybody who commented, shared on this live, and then put it in a spin wheel, and we'll do the whole drawing live, okay? So it'll be totally fair. Hey, Karen. And hi, Karen, again. Karen, you can find the socks anywhere. I've actually had these, but you can just Google like fun Halloween socks or fun Halloween striped socks, or even when you want to go make some Christmas gnomes, you can do Google fun Christmas socks. You want knee-high. So hello, Maria. So you just want to make sure that they're knee-high and they're stretchy. So I'm going to go through, let's start, okay? I'm just going to go through everything that you need. I do have my directions with me. I'm going to shoot you down actually now, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, so now you should be looking at the bottom. You should be looking at my table and be able to see everything. I wish the light was a little better. I don't know what to do for that. Let me just see one thing. I don't know, maybe when we start using it, maybe there's too much brightness here. Let me switch out my pad. This is our awesome Chalkature self-healing mat, and I think if I have something dark down here, it'll help a whole lot. So just bear with me 1 second. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. So we have this little gnome. I don't know if you saw it. I made him this morning. He's super adorable. Oh, there you go, Danielle. So everyone look at Danielle's comment. She found socks. Thank you for sharing, Danielle. Thank you, Diane. Okay, so this little guy I made this morning, and it's so cute. I staged him with my little Chalkature Hive rules. Just be happy. That's the Hive rule around here, okay? So we can get started. That is better, right? You guys can see pretty good now. Okay. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go through the list of material. And what we need is a 9x12 piece of felt. So that's pretty easy. You can pretty much find that anywhere. And then we want a stretchy adult knee sock, like knee-high sock. Again, you can get in any color. Like this one's pretty plain, but I think it would look super cute with just having this up by his head for Halloween. So you just need one stretchy adult knee-size sock, a small piece of long pile faux fur, and this you can get it, all these ingredients you can get at any craft store. This is what it looks like on the other side, okay? And a 3/4 inch wood ball, a 14-inch piece of 20 gauge floral wire. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just floral wire. And a small hair tie. Now, I definitely would go with the small hair tie and not an elastic band because many of you might know that elastic bands do rot. So go with the hairband that kind of has that fabric around it and it's stretchy. You'll probably get more durability out of that. Okay, so places too we can get the socks. 1/3 cup of rice, fiber fill, and embellishments as you would like. So you can really decide, you know, what are you making your gnome for? Are you making it for a holiday? Are you making it for spring? Are you making it for Christmas? So just embellishments accordingly. And we can get started. All right, does anybody have any questions before we get started? I'll just hold on a minute. Again, if you're just popping on, say hi. I'd like to know that you're on and where you're watching from. And if you do come on, share to your profile page because we are going to be doing a giveaway. Everybody that shares it and comes back to this post and writes that they shared it, I will be doing a live drawing later on this evening or later today. Include everybody that shared it. Hi, Julie. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for sharing, Karen. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we start with the piece of felt. So it's your standard piece of felt that you get from any craft store, and 9x12. And what you want to do is, move that aside. You want to cut, this is for the gnome body. And if you have any questions, just put them on. Hey Beth, hi Elizabeth. So for the gnome body, you want it, let's see if I can get that up closer so you guys can see, 8 by 6 3/8 rectangle, okay? And that's for the gnome body. Obviously for this, I already cut it out, so it would make this tutorial a little bit easier. So what you do at that point is you just fold it so the short ends are together. So see, that was open like that. I'm going to take it so the short ends are together and just pin it. And this is, you're going to need a sewing machine. You can use a sewing machine. You can use a, you can hand sew it. And they even have that stuff called liquid sew, that if you want to use that, it might work as well. I've never used it, so I don't know. But if you have good success with using liquid sew before, you can certainly give it a try. It might work. And you just fold it, you just pin it like that. And then you want to sew 3/8 of an inch seam right up the side. So basically you're making kind of like a cylinder by sewing these ends together. Okay, any questions so far? I want to make sure everybody understands this before I get off, so you guys can go make some super cool gnomes. You're welcome, Beth. All right, now, so what it looks like after it's sewn, because through the magic of Facebook, I guess, I've already done that seam, and so that's what it's going to look like, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut a circle, 2 7/8 inch circle, and these are just kind of like harder kind of paper that I use as templates, so I recommend doing that. And then you're going to cut out your circle in the felt. So obviously you'll have felt left over because it's not a whole bunch, but you're not going to use the whole entire piece. And then we are going to take this and we're going to pin it to the bottom, which really is either side at this point because either side could be the bottom. We're going to pin it to the body, just with like straight pins. And you are going to sew it with leaving, I think it was 1/4. Let's see. I think it was 1/4 inch seam for the this circle. Yes, 1/4 inch seam. So you're just gonna basically put this together, go to your sewing machine or hand sewed. So I hand sewn some of them too. It does take a lot longer. And then, okay, so then you just go to your sewing machine, you sew the bottom on, okay? Make sense to everybody so far? Any questions, guys? I feel like somebody say something so I know you guys are like with me here. Hi, Karen. All right, so this is when that is done. Obviously, it's gonna look like this. So here is your seam from sewing the body side. Here is your seam from sewing on the circle on the bottom. So this is just gonna be the bottom of your body, all right? Then we turn it inside out. And then it looks like this. And that is your body for the gnome. So it's basically kind of just like a pouch, a tall little pouch. Okay, thank you, Diane. All right, then next what you're gonna do is put 1/3 cup of rice. I already measured this out. You're gonna put that right into the bottom. And that helps stabilize the body, you know, because rice is kind of, I don't know, people use it to hold pens and stuff or whatever. So just put a little rice in there. Now I know some people are kind of weird about rice. They don't want to use rice. I guess there's certain little bugs or something that can grow in there. But I froze my rice, and I heard if you freeze it, then that kills any eggs that are in there. So that would prevent any bugs from growing. Thank you, Bev. Hi, Sarah. Okay, next thing you're gonna do, we got the rice in there, 1/3 cup. We are going to stuff the body with the fill. And just make sure it's kind of nice and firm. Oh, and I should get my glue gun ready. You're also gonna need a glue gun. Let me just plug this in so it's nice and hot. You know what I think I might do? We'll include people. Yep, you could use quarter beans too, Beth. That's a good idea. Karen, it is gross. But if you freeze the rice, I heard it takes care of that. And to think we eat that stuff. Well, I don't really eat rice, but people eat it. Okay, so we'll include anybody that shares during the live, and how about we do anybody that shares it from till tomorrow at 9 p.m. like I normally do. This is just what I normally do when I do my live, so we'll just keep it consistent. Could you just put another sock, or do you have to sew the felt piece? Is the felt more stable to stand up? There are tutorials on YouTube that show them using just socks instead of the felt. So you totally could. This is, and you know what? I kind of wanted to say that from the beginning. There are so many ways to do this. So this is just the way I have found works best for me. And if you want to interpret anything or switch out anything, use a sock rather than the felt, by all means, do what you want to do, okay? So there is no right way or wrong way. There's no, you must use this material or that material. We're making gnomes here. So they can be anything you want, use any material that you want. And if you love the result at the end, then that's great. That's the goal that you're looking for. You can even come up with your own way to make them. But this is just the way, I had a lot of people request this, so this is just the way I make them. Yes, I heard of pellet too. All right, guys, so go ahead and share. I will include everybody that shares, even if you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, you'll know because there won't be a live red button above my head. But I will look to see who came back to this post and shared it as of 9 o'clock tomorrow. And then we will include everybody in on the live drawing. Okay, we'll do that. Maybe not at 9, maybe a little earlier. But it'll definitely be tomorrow evening, okay? I have used socks. They are stretching though, and you may use more rice. Yeah, you can use more rice if you want to, definitely. If you want to use more rice and less fill, that's fine. Totally whatever you want to do, okay? And so you just want to bunch it together and trim any excess fill and to leave about 1 inch from the hair tie up. So I'm about at 1 inch. I can trim off a little bit just to make it even. Okay. How can we also see you in the little box? So, yes, I'm using Switcher Studio, Jenny. So that's like a subscription. Okay, so there. Now we got this piece, it's the bottom. And see, I just gotta turn the page here. Make sure I'm not forgetting to tell you guys anything. Oh. Okay, so that's the body. Now we're gonna go over and make the hat. And for that, we're going to use a sock. And the first step that you're gonna wanna do is just cut the sock right here, right across at the heel. And I'm making a Halloween gnome, so I put on Halloween music. I'm sure you guys can hear it. I love my Halloween music. Okay. Then just lay it this way. Now what you want to do, I think you guys can see it all, is you want to start at this cuff right here, because this cuff is it's elastic. This is what's going to wrap around the body and fit kind of tight so the hat stays on, okay? So you want to start here, and you want to go up about 10 to 12 inches. So let's see, what is this? This is 9 inches. So I'm going to go like that, and then I'm just going to keep going. That it doesn't have to be exact. So 10 to 12 inches. If you have one of those fabric markers, like those pencils that are white, would be really perfect here, except I have one, but I still have a lot of my craft supplies packaged up from moving. So, and my big fabric and ribbon scissors are all packed up still, which is why I'm using these little skinny ones, which are not ideal. So you just want to cut right up. I cut straight across right underneath the heel, Sarah. Okay, so just want to, and you don't have to be perfect, just keep going. I'm just going to slide this up so I just keep my angle going. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Okay, so when you get done with that, actually you need this. When you're done with that, this is what your sock should look like before you sew it. Yep, you can use rotary cutter too. Yep, anything like that. Okay, so then what you're going to want to do, I already have it prepared. You are going to fold the sock outside, fold it inside so the insides are together and the sock is facing out. Pin it, and then you want to sew a straight line from here all the way up, because you want that point at the tip of his hat, and leave a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so again, I already did that, and here we go, switch it out. Now that is all done. So if I turned it around, you would see that it's sewn inside, okay? This is just a black hat that I just wanted to keep it black, and I am going to course, I'm going to make this a spooky Halloween gnome, although I don't think gnomes can be spooky. They're so cute. And I'm going to put a little bit of my chocolate chair on his hat. And let's see. I have this little guy that I'm going to put on right about here. And so I'm just going to put these bats like right up here, just flying around. And I know I'm not going to be washing this, so I'm just going to use chalk paste instead of our ink. Let me just grab a squeegee. Let me make sure this is the right consistency. Get my water. Karen, gotta put some chalk in there, right? Chalk is life. Okay, so you want your chalk to be the consistency of like yogurt. You can add a little water to get it to where you want it to be. Any questions so far, guys? All right, so you can embellish your gnome however you want. So let me just put my little bats on, and white bats and stars on the hat. All right, just a thin layer right over the silk screen area. And look how cute. All right. Now, many of you know our silk screen transfers are reusable, so I'm just going to wash that when I'm done with the live, and it's good. It can be reused. And let me just get a wet wipe because I got chalk on my hands. So again, if you're just popping on, go ahead and share the video. I am going to have a giveaway tomorrow evening. So go and share if you are watching me live. Just make sure you come back to this post and write that you shared it or sprinkled the love. And then tomorrow, even if you're watching the replay, if you don't see the red live above my head and you're watching the replay, go ahead and share. I'm including people who are watching the replay as long as you come back and write on this post that you shared it. And I will check to make sure it was shared just so it's fair for everybody. And we'll do a live drawing right on my business page, right where you are right now. Unless you're watching this off of where somebody shared it. Let's see. Abigail, you should. Why did you ever stop? Oh, you're welcome, Karen. Okay, so these bats are pretty much already dry. So I'm gonna get going. Now we're gonna go to the beard. So, oh, you know what? We gotta stuff the hat first. Okay. All right, so for the hat, in order to get the fill right up here to the tip, you just take a little bit at a time. And you know what? Let me make sure this is dry. Let me just hit it with a hair dryer. Oh, Abigail, you got to do something for you too, you know? You can craft right there at home where your kids are. I'm crafting down here doing a tutorial and I hear my kids upstairs. I hear their feet. All right, so you just put a little bit in at a time. Take a pencil, take the eraser and push it down. You just want to take your time with this because you just need a little bit at first just to get into that skinny end. Thank you, Gail. All right, let me grab a little bit more. And then as you go and fill the hat, you're just gonna be grabbing a little bit more fill as you go, as you get closer to the bottom, where it's a bigger opening. So you want your hat to be pretty firm, but not, also to where it can be bent. So it's not like, it needs to be a little pliable, but also firm. So you can just gauge that when you're putting in the fill. Okay. Just keep stuffing. Let me see here. Okay, so you want to leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches on the bottom. Pinterest, Abigail, and I'm an independent designer with Chocature, so that's what I did the bats with. So it's really hard not to be creative with Chocature, actually. All right, so just get it to the way you want it stuffed. I just want to make sure this is a little bit more firm. I'm going to put a little bit more in. All right, that should be good. So just play with it, so if there's any lumps in there, just try and get them out. Hi, Glenda. Thank you, Maria. Okay, so leave about 1 inch to 1.5 inches at the top, at the bottom, I should say, of the hat. Okay. Now we'll put him aside, the hat aside, over where the body is, and now we're going to work on the beard. So for the beard, you need a shape that's like this, and it's 3 inches all the way at the top. From here to here, it's 3 inches, and then from here to here, it's 2 5/8, and you just curve it at the bottom. So it's gonna look like the bottom, like just think of a tongue when you're cutting it, all right? And honestly, the shape of that doesn't matter because of the fact that here, this one's already cut out. You see, that's what the shape is gonna look at, like that you cut. And even if you, let's say you have a gouge or something right there, you're not going to see it because the fur comes right over. Okay, so you don't have to be crazy about that shape, but this is about the size that you want it. Okay, or if you want a beard that's bigger, then definitely go for a bigger. Okay, so now I heard some of the things you have to watch out for when you're cutting the faux fur, the faux fur, is an X-Acto knife works good because it kind of cuts just this material right here. You don't want to cut all the way through to the fur, because if you do that, then you're going to be cutting out the fur and you won't have that nice long furry look. Hey Teresa. Okay, so now let's see, we got our beard cut out. We are at the point, guys, that we're going to assemble. This is how easy it is. Okay, so you have to make sure, check always to make sure where your seam is, make sure that is at the back, and my glue gun is good, it's going. And you want to put the beard about 1 inch from the hair tie, so right about there. Okay, and I will just put a little bit of glue. And I already know my seam is at the back, so I'm just going to put that right there, and that stays on pretty good. Oh yay, I have orders coming in Monday and Tuesday, Karen. Finally, Monday, my order from the 16th. Okay, now let's grab his nose. So 3/4 inch wood ball for the nose. Add a little bit of glue to that. And you just want to put that about 1/2 inch down from where his beard is. So here's the top of his beard, so right about there. Just hold it there so it gets nice and glued on. Okay, now let's see here. So that's on, that's pretty secure. Now it's time for the hat. We just kind of put him, first of all, you want to make sure that the seam of the hat is going to line up with the seam of the body. You don't want any seams showing from the front. Thank you, Karen. And just kind of lay it over like that, okay? Now, what I do at this point is I usually put it right over the nose like that. And then I turn them over. I make sure my seams are lined up, and I'll grab a little glue and just put it right here at the back for right now. And you really have to be careful with this because I burnt my fingers a lot, like just now, when the glue goes right through the sock. Okay, so just hold it for a minute. Glenda, I didn't know your package was missing. Thank you, Heather. Okay, so obviously take off any of the glue stragglers that like to hang around, glue boogers. Okay, and so then just slide his hat right above his nose, okay? And I'm gonna add this little embellishment right now, just with the glue gun again. Okay, so let's just hold him for a second. Thank you, Heather. Okay, now what you want to do is take a little bit of the glue and put it right here, right at the tip of the nose, and put down that, the hat right down so it's just like kind of like sitting right there at the tip of the nose. Hopefully you guys can see that. So you see that? It's kind of like, there you go. Okay. Now you can also glue the sides if you want, put a little bit extra glue in there. Then the last step is you take your 14-inch floral wire, stick it in through the top, and you just want to push it down, push it through right through the fiber fill. If I miss any questions, I will go back and answer after I get off. And see how this is sticking up there? I have too much. I'm gonna just cut off that excess. Okay. And now the reason why we're doing that is we want his hat to be moldable. So we can like do whatever we want with his hat now because we have that wire in there. So guys, he's done. Look at how cute he is. And how it was so easy, right? Okay. All right, that's it. If anybody has any questions, let me know. It's pretty simple to do and so much fun. Like I said, then if sewing isn't your thing, then the no sew might work. And here he is, so you guys can see him straight on. Let's see, right there. And this is the one I just made this morning. He's a little bee one. Okay. All right, guys. So again, go ahead and share if you want to be in the live drawing tomorrow evening. Even if you're catching the replay, you can go ahead and share, and we will pick somebody live to give something fun away. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you were able to understand all my directions, and I hope you enjoyed. All right, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk with you soon.